Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicole and I'm so happy you clicked on this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my busy season survival guide with you all. I'm also going to have this busy season guide up on my website if you are interested to download it or have it as something to refer to, but this video is here to help you guys as busy season is approaching, and I thought, what a better way to end my Big Four series for the year than with this video. So if you are interested in this busy season survival guide, or if you just want to learn more about busy season, or even just ways to help you with wherever you work at to not burn out and be successful, then give this video a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have yet to subscribe, and let's get started. So as a former public accountant who has gone through a couple of busy seasons, I have taken the time talking to people and just curating for myself 10 main things that I think will be helpful for your success. I've done a similar video before. I will link that for you guys as well, but these 10 things I think are golden if you want to succeed during busy season, especially as we are in this hybrid work from home environment. My very first tip to you for the busy season is, please, if you have not done so already, have a separate workspace from yourself. Do not work at a dining table. Do not work from your bed. Be intentional. When you wake up in the morning, it is helpful for you to kind of break up that work and home life for you to go to an office space. So if you have a certain corner in your apartment, or if you have a spare bedroom in your home or your apartment, please make that your office space. If in your leasing office they have like an office business space that you can use to go work, please do that. Or another great idea is to rent out an office space. I know this will depend on budget, but maybe if you have another friend who's a public accountant, or your roommate who also works from home, you guys can maybe split an office space, so that way, even though you're not going to the office or to the client site, you can at least get up every day, leave your home, leave your apartment, and go work. And the next thing with that is maybe even taking one day a week that you go work from a coffee shop, or in the afternoon go work from a coffee shop or a library. If you are not going to be meeting with your team for the remainder of the afternoon or doing a client check-in, get up from your home, leave, and go change work locations. I think that is going to help with productivity and also really keep the boundaries from your personal home life and your work professional life. So once again, have a separate workspace or a dedicated workspace. Do not work from your bed. Do not work from your couch. Do not work from your dining table if possible. Okay? My next tip for a busy season is having a wellness plan. And wellness does not just necessarily mean taking out time to go to the gym. Wellness means different things for different people. So if you are someone who does therapy, let your therapist know now that you have busy season coming up at work so that you can figure out a schedule. And with that, let your team know that you will like to take an hour a day for your wellness time, and then you will just figure out a workaround as to how you will be making up those hours, whether it mean that your wellness time will be in the middle of your day during your lunchtime, or maybe in the evening. You just figure out how that's going to work in your schedule, but please schedule wellness time. And again, I'm telling you guys from experience of mistakes that I made, or from talking to other people. And as I have grown as a professional in the past 4 years, these are things that I think is definitely helpful. And wellness time can be, again, your sessions with your therapist. It can be you going out for a walk. It can be you going to get some exercise, going to pray, just going to take some time to breathe. Whatever wellness means to you, please take the time out to do that. My next advice for busy season is for you to Openly communicate. With this work model that everyone is trying to learn and adapt, there are going to be times that you're going to feel like you can't ask a question, or your senior or someone you're working with is their status on Teams, on Skype, on Slack is busy. Please do not be afraid to ask questions. My advice on asking questions, especially during busy season, is trying to figure out the problem. 9 times out of 10 you can answer your own question. But if you're having some questions on your client work, on the project or task assigned, curate a list of questions and then set out a time with your senior or whoever you're working with for you to go through the list of questions together. And then from there you are able to get your questions answered, and you're not going back to them every 5 minutes with a question, or sending them a question on through chat and then waiting for them to respond. Take the initiative and schedule a meeting with that person. Put it on both of your calendars. The role of a senior or an experienced staff is to help the new person, or no matter who. Yes, you're client facing, but you're also meant to help your team members, right? Because a team that can work together thrives and grows together. And if you are in a team that is not happening, please take account of that and talk to someone. Talk to someone, and maybe you're going to get yourself switched out to a different team. But that should not be an acceptable work model where no one wants to help you. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Maybe be strategic about it, but please ask questions. It's better for you to get your questions out of the way than you sitting on something for hours and hours and then you getting dinged for wasting time on a task that shouldn't have taken you that long. Schedule your focus time on your calendar. This is super crucial and super helpful. You're gonna have your times where you and your team are going to be doing status check-ins and meeting, but schedule focus time for yourself. I like to schedule an hour and sometimes 2 hours of focus time. Sometimes it could be 2 consecutive hours, and then sometimes it could be an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. And this is great for seniors as well. If you're a first-time senior, this is super helpful for you too, where that is your focus time to either catch up on work that you haven't been able to do because you are busy helping out your staff or working with your manager. But being able to have that focus time on your calendar, no one is expected to bother you, or no one's expecting that you answer an email right away unless it's urgent, of course. So the next thing I want to say is plan ahead and plan accordingly, which is why I'm making this video right now, so that by the time you come back to work from the holiday break, you are prepped and ready to go. Please plan accordingly. So if you have doctor's appointments, or you have personal appointments, even planning down to date nights and hanging out with friends, plan ahead and plan accordingly. Okay, so if you are letting your team know in advance and you're scheduling things out in advance, no one should have a problem with it for the most part. You're just going to have to figure out when to make up the time. Whether it means on Tuesday you really want to go to a basketball game or a hockey game with your group of friends, that might mean that on Sunday you're going to work a little bit extra, so that way Tuesday, instead of working till 10 p.m., 9 p.m., you're getting off at 6 p.m., right? So schedule ahead, plan accordingly. And the next thing with that is communication to your team members as well as to your family, your loved ones, your friends. Something about busy season is that as much as it seems like it takes a long time, time goes by pretty fast, and before you know it, you guys are halfway through the audit, and then it's filing day and everyone is celebrating, right? So you have to put in the work, but that's why it's important to communicate. So if you are dating, or if you're married, or your friends, let them know that, hey guys, from January through April, I'm going to be a little busier than usual. If you don't hear from me, please don't think that I've forgotten about you, and please check in on me. Let people know so that they can check in on you. You don't need to be on the phone with them for hours and hours or see them every night or every weekend. If someone knows that you're working these long hours during this period, they can check on you, right? And ask them, be like, I would really love your support in this season by checking on me. Maybe a text once a week to see how I'm doing, or maybe by sending a gift basket. I know that's something that helped me, where I shared with my family that, hey, y'all, during these next 4 months, you guys will not hear from me a lot, but my family members would check on me, whether I responded or not. They still always made sure that they checked on me, and that was super helpful. So please communicate with your family members, with your friends, with your loved ones, and also communicate with your team, because if date night is a non-negotiable for you, you need to let your team know that date night is non-negotiable for you, okay? If a coffee date in the morning on Saturday mornings, if it's your coffee day or it's your day to do cycling or whatever, is a non-negotiable, let your team know. If you have to hop off early every now and again because you have something going on and that's a non-negotiable for you, please let your team know ahead of time so that you guys can figure out workarounds. This is the time to start doing that. So that way, when it's time for your performance evaluation, you're not getting dinged for all these things that could have been avoided. Do not give up during busy season. It's hard, it's challenging, the hours are long, the work sucks, but don't give up. It's temporary. You're gonna have a busy season, but then your summers, for the most part, are gonna be pretty cool. You're gonna be able to take your time off and travel. You're gonna be able to work a regular 8 to 5 type of schedule. It's gonna be pretty chill. You're gonna probably be doing more trainings in the summers in CPE, and there's gonna be times that you're unassigned, that you're doing research instead of client work. So busy season is temporary. Keep that in mind, and that should help drive you. Schedule your vacation right after busy season. So don't be that person who doesn't take their vacation and just works. If you know you're working hard from January through April, make sure that you schedule your time off as soon as your client work is over. You're ready to go. You're on that next flight, or you're just taking time off. Right. The next thing is going to be disconnecting. When it's time to disconnect, please disconnect. So on the weekend, after 12 o'clock, when you guys are done working, or after 1 o'clock, disconnect, okay? Disconnect however way it works best for you. I got to a point where I had to turn off the notifications on my phone, the Outlook notifications, the team notification, because I was addicted to looking at my phone to check for work, right? Because I always thought like, oh my gosh, if I'm not available, I'm gonna get in trouble. But no. Disconnect when it's time to. If it's in the middle of the week and you're just burned out, let your team know, hey, I'm gonna need to disconnect for a while. Or you don't even need to let your whole team know. Let your senior, your manager, someone you trust, disconnect, okay? Because you need it. You need your psyche, your mental health to be well so that you can perform at your best. So when it's time to disconnect, leave your phone. If you have to, silence the notifications for work, your emails, your Outlook, your Teams, so that way you can engage in things that you like to do. That leads me to my next point is, please don't give up on your hobbies, especially during busy season. When you're taking a break or something, please work on your hobbies, work on things that bring you joy, work on your passion projects, because that is going to help you get through it. And that's a reason that I was making YouTube videos for you guys, because I love editing. I have found a great passion for editing, and just as I'm learning more about editing, it's something I enjoy doing. So as a part of my downtime to disconnect from work, in a sense, I love filming content for you guys and editing the content. So whatever it is that you love that makes you happy, please, during busy season, try to squeeze in time for it, okay? But the last thing that I am going to share is regarding feedback. Please make sure that you are getting some sort of constant feedback from your team, so that way when it's the end of the audit or when it's the end of the season and then you're getting your review, you are somewhat prepared for what's going on. So if you're someone that's assigned to 2 clients during busy season, I would say schedule some time with your senior or whoever you're working close with and ask for some review, ask for feedback. Look through the review comments that were left on your work that you submitted and improve upon that, right? Use that as a way to give yourself metrics to improve upon. So that way you can gauge if the team is really vibing with you, if they really like you, and when it's time for your review, you're not put on a pip and then you're all of a sudden surprised, or you're getting like terminated and you're like surprised. It's like, oh my gosh, like why? Sometimes people are nervous to give you feedback, and if that's happening, reach out to somebody else, or if you have a counselor, a career advisor, and say, hey, I've been asking for feedback from my team and they're not giving it to me. Have somebody else step in, because it's really important that you know, especially if it's your first busy season client, how you can improve for your next busy season client. That is all the tips I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please save this video for busy season when it does happen for you guys. And even if you're not an accountant, you're going to have busy moments in your work schedule. That's just how the corporate world works. Save this video for that as well, to be able to please find maybe 1 or 2 tips that can help you. So I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these past couple of months doing my Big 4 public accounting series. I really enjoyed doing it for you guys. However, I am going to be taking a break from making career content for a little bit, as I want to shift my focus to some other areas. I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys stick around for the amazing changes and just new things happening on the channel moving forward. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.